Okay, so we are going to make a Google drawing, and I'm going to find the folder that I would like to create my Google drawing in. Just for this lesson, I'm using a folder called test folder, but you might use your documents or timeline folder in your website creation folders. So I'm going to go to new, and you can see the selection. If I go to more, I can find Google Drawings. Now I have my Google drawing open. I am going to create my timeline, and I need to name my document first, and I'm going to name that timeline. And you can see up here I have named my drawing timeline. Across this toolbar here we have a variety of tools. We have undo and we have redo if we want to get rid of our errors. We have print, which we won't be needing now. We have paint format. We're going to leave that particular function for now. Zoom, if you like to zoom in. Mouse, types of lines. So if I click on line, I get a line tool, as you can see here. But I can also click on the little arrow next to it and select different types of lines, such as an arrow line, elbow connector where they connect different boxes, curve. So a curve, if I click on one, do one click, do another click, and then that is where my curve point is, and do a second double click, and then that becomes a curve. So I can also come here to the select line and go a polyline. A polyline is when I can create a shape of my choice. A polygon is a closed 2D shape. So I might create a trapezium, a five-sided shape, but a pentagon, a five-sided shape, and I don't want to make it look like a regular pentagon, so I'm going to do 5 sides. I'm going to click my first side, pick where I want my side to end, create my second side and click, third side, fourth side, and then my fifth side. When I reach that corner, you can see it sort of flicks into place. I'm going to click that, and that's created a shape, and I can now click on that shape, go back to mouse. I can now click on that shape and I can change the colors of my shape. Back to the lines, I also have scribble, and that is a free drawing where I click down my mouse and I can scribble along, and when I'm ready I let go, and that scribble is now a shape that I can move around. So these are just some examples of the line tool over here. I'm just going to clear my drawing mat. The next one is shape tool. If I click on that, I get shapes, all variety of shapes. I get arrows, a variety of arrows, and I get call outs, a bit like speech bubbles, and then I get like bubble equations, so your maths tools. Along that is the T. The T is your text box for you to type. So I can click down and I can type. If I would like to change that font, I click on the box, I click on the blue line that surrounds the box, and I can come here. You can see that this toolbar appears. If I click away, that toolbar has now disappeared. But if I click on that, click on the blue box, and I can change my fonts. Now, if I don't like the fonts that are there, Google has heaps and heaps of fonts in the more font section. I'm just going to choose this one here, and I can change the size by going plus, or I can click a number along here. I can change the color. I can change if I would like it to have a highlight, and that is the text box. Following that is insert image, and if I click on the arrow down, I can upload from my computer, which means it's saved on my computer, or I can search the web. I'm not going to worry about these other options because we won't be needing those. But search the web means I search inside, and anything here is a Creative Commons free to use image. That's basically the tools from the toolbar. So let me show you some tips and tricks about using Google Drawings more effectively. So for this purpose, I'm just going to make a shape. I'm going to make a rectangle. And I'm going to color my rectangle. I'm going to color it red, and I'm going to make it have a green border that is 4 points thick. And you can see my square, so my rectangle there. If I go and I want to make a second identical rectangle, I can go to shapes, I can create a rectangle, and you can see when I'm trying to draw that rectangle, there are some blue lines coming along the side next to both shapes. That means I've made my shapes the same height. And if I want to make them the same width, oh, you can see that come across there. I can see it's the same width. And I might color this one differently. And I might color it yellow and red with a thick border. So, but I want to make an identical one straight away using the same colors. And so I'm going to click on this particular rectangle, and you can see it's got the blue lines with the squares around the outside. When I go to shape, I'm going to click on shape, and I'm going to start making the same shape. I'm going to wait for those little grit lines to come along. There's the one, oh, almost there. There's the one, the height and width. There's the width, oh, there's the width line. Now I'm going to let go, and that has made it automatically the same color as this shape here. I'll show you again. I'm going to do one identical to this one here. So I'm going to move that down to make it easier to see. I'm clicking on the shape so it has the grid lines around the outside. I'm going to go to shape. I'm going to go to the same shape, and I'm going to just move my mouse until I get the same size lines. Perfect. That's one way to do it. Or I can just copy and I can paste and I can get identical ones as well. But let's pretend I'm using a variety of shapes with the same color style. I click on the style that I want. This time I'm going to do a circle, and you can see I'm going to make a circle, and it's now using the same formatting as this particular shape. There are a variety of other tips and tricks. You can use the same trick for the lines as well. I'm just going to clear the board, and with images, I'm going to insert an image. I'm going to insert a cat, and I'm going to insert this cat, just pull that across. Now when I play with my shapes, if I use these little lines here and pull that in, it is going to squish them up. So I need to always resize using corners, but I don't like the way this is framed. So I'm going to come to this particular tool, which is the cropping tool. And you notice if I click away, that cropping tool disappears. So I'm going to click on that, and there it has appeared there. And I'm going to click on the little arrow, and I'm going to click on shapes, and I want to make this with a really nice oval frame. So I'm going to click on oval, and you can see it has cropped my shape to make it oval shape. Now I can double click on that, and I can use the corners to crop it. You can see now I'm making it more circular, but because my image isn't that big, it ends up being a bit blank. So I can also mask or crop my pictures into particular shapes.